In this lecture, we will be talking about DTOs and validations. And just before starting this lecture, I just wanted to make it clear that why do we need that is because whenever we are mentioning that any entries that are like name is string or email is string or ID is string, all this type checking is being implemented only on the compile time, and we lose all of this information while runtime. So to make sure that all of the information that we want to preserve, we want to validate just before the request comes in, or handle the payload, or handle the validations, we will be introducing DTOs and validations. If you want to learn more about this, then there are articles available on the internet, such as I am reading it on Medium, which says why the TypeScript doesn't keep types at runtime and how to work around it. So it clearly says that TypeScript was built to work with JavaScript, not rewrite how it runs. So ultimately, whenever we run the final code, TypeScript is getting converted into the JavaScript, and the JavaScript doesn't have any types. So ultimately, the JavaScript will be running and we will lose all of the types that we have mentioned. And that's why we need to maintain DTOs and validations in our API components. So we'll be installing two libraries. Those are called class validator and class transformer. We will see those in action. We just need to install it. I'll paste it right here and press enter. Both of the libraries have been installed, and what we need to do is we have to need to create a DTO. We will be creating DTOs regarding our users in DTO folder. We will name it DTO, and for create user DTO I'll create a new file, create user DTO, obviously a TypeScript file, and I'll paste some code over here. So we are pulling in the information of is email a string, minimum length is optional, is integer, minimum, and all of these are decorators. We have pasted information for name are that it is going to be a string and has to be minimum of length 3. Email has to be of type email. We don't have to manually check for an email, this will do it on our behalf. And age, like, it can be an optional, it has to be an integer, and should have a minimum of 18 characters. Now we will make some changes in our main.ts file to allow NestJS to understand what kind of validators we have to apply as soon as the request comes in. So I'll paste some information in main.ts. Here what I have done is the app which was already getting created, I have hooked use global pipes in that, picked validation pipe from NestJS common, and I have provided three parameters over here. Whitelist has to be true, forbid non-whitelisted, and transform. Okay, so what these do is whitelist, if set to true, removes the unknown fields we are receiving in the request payload. Forbid non-whitelisted, if set to true, then it will throw an error instead of silently removing those fields that are unknown to us. And transform true will convert the type from string to number or whatever we have mentioned in our DTOs. Like here we have mentioned that it should be a number, and if it is provided in string, then it will be converted into a number if it is a valid number. Now what we need to do is we will go to the controller file. It is here, and whenever we are receiving some information, the body is set to be this object. We will mark it to the DTO we have received, and all the information that is being provided over here will move on there. Now all we need to do is start our server. Npm run start. Go to the postman. Here let's paste some genuine data. So we can see that validation has passed, and if we try to input some wrong data, let's say email is not an email format, then it will return us with 400 bad request, and the message has been written over here. It is as per the validation. Or if we add an additional information that is not provided in our DTO, which is role, so the next validator works and says that property role should not exist. So we are not expecting any additional request in our payload apart from name, email or age. So let me explain you the flow. Whenever we come in a main TS file, we have written a validation pipe. So any new HTTP request comes into it and validates all the request. Class transformer will transform the request as per the DTO we have mentioned. Class validator will run all the decorators, just like here. These all decorators will run and validate that input is correct or not, and then only it get delegated to the controller. See you in the next episode.